Hey, how's it going, guys? So we are here in San Diego, California. I have with me today
Steven Rodriguez.
and we just finished the League Cup, and he ended up getting what place?
I got first place.
Cool. And what were you running today?
I was running Lawn Zoroark or Zoroark, like Toolbox.
Toolbox.
Or, like Zoroark with fun stuff kind of thing.
Zoroark answers, right?
Yeah, basically.
Perfect. All right. So let's get into the deck profile and see exactly what you were playing.
Okay. Aura, those turn to Zoroarks, that's why we play them. You can play the Paralyzing Gaze one, but honestly, I never have it come up ever, so you can spend the $20 if you want to, but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Only 3 Zoroark GX, most broken card in the deck, makes the deck work, draws your cards, is your main attacker, hits stupid numbers with Skyfield, that's why we play him.
Nice.
One of each of the regular Zoroarks. We have the stand-in one, really good for mirror match. Those lonely Mega Ray players who you can't Sudowoodo them. Really good non-EX attacker, good for Volcanion too. And then we have Zoroark from the promo, or the black and white one, who can use Foul Play. He's our GX attack in the deck. We don't really run a GX deck that we can use besides him. So a lot of the times I use him for Lycanrocs to copy the Dangerous Rogue, or sometimes I use Trickstar GX from an opponent's Zoroark GX to then use one of the other Pokemon's attacks. You can do some pretty nutty stuff with this card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you why you were running the 1-1 split, and like how many times did you actually use the Foul Play one?
So the Foul Play one came up like twice today. I played against a Lycanroc Zoroark, and I used Dangerous Rogue to kill him, and I got the trade. And then I played against Sableye Garb, and I used Foul Play to copy Junk Hunt, like all day. And I decked him out basically, or I resourced him and was able to get my loops of Field Blower, kill your guy, Field Blower, kill your guy, because I was able to loop puzzles.
Right, nice.
And then this came up against Zoroark Glycopod when I went for he like killed my Sudowoodo and filled his bench up, and then I went, okay, I'm gonna kill your Glycopod with this now.
Nice.
We got 3 Tapu Lele GX. Gets your supporters, gets your turn 1 Bridget, gets you pretty much anything you need in the middle of the game. Good card.
Cool.
2 Shaman EX. A lot of the time this is just a body on the board to get damage, but I like it because it lets you pop off more. So, because this deck doesn't need to like you don't need to Bridget turn 1 with this deck a lot of the time. A lot of the time you can just like do anything you need to in response to your opponent. That's what this lets you do. This lets you dig more for the cards you need in certain turns, and it gets your damage there, so it's nice.
Nice.
I'll save this. The MVP of the day was my Alolan Muck, Alolan Grimer combo. This literally says, hey, if you're playing Sudowoodo, this won't actually hurt me.
Right.
So if you set this up with your Bridget turn 1 against like mirrors, or against like Volcanion, or against like Night March, like you literally will just say, hey, your Marsh Shadows won't do anything, your Sudowoodos, like your Leles, you know, like you can slow your opponent down, you can make it to where their outs don't work anymore, and it's just like stupid. And when they need to, and they need to target this down and kill it, because they can't just like Field Blower and get rid of your tool, because this isn't Garbodor. You just like do it and it works.
Right. Super good. Nice.
1 Seismitoad. This is really good because it item locks your opponent, and we play it so that way we can have really good plays against Night March, because the best way we beat Night March is we're faster than them technically, because we can kill them a lot easier than they can kill us. So if we slow them down in any turns and like get like a Karen Quickie Punch combo on, we're kind of like winning the game, and we can like be like 2 turns ahead of them, and that's what we have to do. 1 Sudowoodo, it's for the mirror, it's for those any Mega Ray players that think Mega Ray's still alive, but it's not, it's dead. Sorry y'all, it's dead because of this card.
Sorry, OJ.
Yeah, okay, my bad, I love you, man. Yeah, no, it's good. Always Bridget it.
Did you actually play LJ today?
No, but me and him played before the game started, and
that one
he was like, I don't want to play you. I was like, I know. But me and him had the same record for like 2 rounds. He was like, LJ, I'm coming for you. It was really funny.
Nice.
And then MVP, like 1 tech is Execute. I want to play 2 of this card, but I have not found the reason to play 2, and I think I found the reason today, because in all of my top 8 matches, I prized it like every other game except for the finals. This card's stupid. It just lets you constantly get free value on your trades, and it can like fix your Ultra Balls and your computer searches so that way you don't actually sacrifice more resources than you need to play them. The reason why 2 is really broken is because you can just always have 2 and just have free Ultra Balls and stuff, and it's so good.
Nice.
Plus, if you prize one, you still have it.
You still have another one.
So that's it for Pokemon. I played 90 Pokemon in total. It's enough. As I said, the only thing I would want to add is the 2nd Execute, but there's really no room in the deck. There's just so many things you can play in this.
Right.
I'm going to supporters now. 2 Bridget. You play 2 because you don't want to. If you prize 1, you want to play it. I only prize 1 Bridget, a both Bridgets one time all day, and that was in finals, sadly. But I was able to like get this and still come back, so that was nice. Bridget gets your setup, gets your Zoros, gets your Sudowoodo. It's like the thing that makes this deck a toolbox is Bridget.
Nice.
The best draw supporter in the game for expanded is Colress because we play Skyfield, so we have a natural, like unless it's Sudowoodo, we have a natural way to just get 8 cards just by ourselves, and then if our opponent plays anything, it's just pure hard value. Plus, you don't sacrifice your resources with this card, and this deck you can like mill through your deck really fast, so you might actually lose a lot of like precious things like puzzles or VS Seekers or more supporters, and we play a lot of 1-up supporters. So yeah, Colress is really the best draw card.
Nice.
I'll do all the. We have 1 N in case we get like behind in prizes and we want to like slow the game down, or like we know our opponent has game in hand, so we have to like shovel that back in, save our life. Always really good. 2 is not necessary because this deck takes prizes really fast, so it's really just for when you want to slow the game down. But if you need to do this, sometimes you're already winning anyway. It's just like a moot point to play this card. 1 Juniper on those like niche chances where Colress isn't great and you're like laying for your first supporter of the game besides Bridget, it's like better to go for this than Colress sometimes. And if you have no cards in, you may as well go for this because it's just cycles through your deck.
Nice.
1 X-Maniac. This beats Gardevoir. This beats Zoroark. We use this so we can again stay a turn ahead. This deck's all about turns. Like if I can hit you and you can't hit me, I'm winning the game. If I can knock you out, then you can't knock me out, I'm winning the game. So this lets you stop your opponent from knocking you out. It's really good. 1 Guzma targets things down. A big thing I love about the Lycanroc version of this deck is that you don't really need to play these cards because you have inherent Guzmas and stuff in your deck, but playing just the 1 is kind of hard to find sometimes. But we play Battle Compressor to get it, and sometimes we can just go, okay, what's in front of us? We're just going to kill that anyway and not care. Because like everything's value and expanded to kill, so it's nice.
Nice.
1 Getsis. If you cannot bridge it, this is your best supporter. If you're playing against Sable Garbodor, this makes them cry. If you're playing against Noivern bullshit, I guess this helps too. This is just a great card. Really broken. Needs to get banned, sure. 1 Acerola. When you loop this with VS Seeker, it's really broken because you can just win 2-shot wars. And we can actually one-shot most Zoroark decks because it's really hard for them to... I don't know why other Zoroark decks can't one-shot my Zoroark deck because I feel like they're just as fast, but...
Probably because you have Sudowoodo on the board.
Most of them. That's a good point. Yeah. So yeah, if they can't one-shot you, this lets you just win all 2-shot wars. It's really good. The best tech of the day was Ranger. I'm not gonna lie, there was Seismitoad, Seismitoad, Golly, Seismitoad, Zoroark, and Noivern here today, apparently. This came in clutch for that, too. This card's really good when they try to item or special energy lock you, so you can just go JK lol, and then you can party on them all day. Most of the time, this is Battle Compressor fodder, but it's really good when they don't expect it. And finally, 1 Karen. This just says, hey, Night March, if you weren't already losing because you're 2 turns behind me, I can kill your guys better than you can kill mine. I'm just going to Quaking Punch and Karen you, and you'll never win. Came up 1 time, it won the game, so it did its job. Good job.
Stadiums.
Yeah, stadiums. 3 Skyfield. This lets us play 8 Pokemon. Lets us really get everything we need on board. We need our Grimers, we need our Zoroarks, we need our Lele's. We need room to play these Pokemon, so we need to have the room with this card. Plus, this lets us hit 210, which is the magic number in Expanded right now, because Zoroarks, Goisopods, everything's 210, except for Mega Ray. Again, LJ, I can still beat you, don't worry about it. 1 of item cards first. We'll do Stretcher. Whenever you lose anything that's important in your toolbox, you can get it back with this. Most of the time I would get like Grimers and stuff back because people will target down my Grimers. I'm just going, okay, do it again. I dare you. I have 2 Zoroarks here with DCE. Go ahead. 1 special charge. As I said, I don't like it. We only run 4 DCE as our energy, so this lets us make sure that if we need to discard them early and lose resources, we can still be in the game. Also, you can loop this card with Puzzle of Time and Foul Play Zoroark against Sableye Garbodor, and they can like never get rid of your energy. It's like really dumb. I like this card. 1 Field Blower. I really wanted to play 2 of this card, but
there's no room.
It's really hard to find the room, and honestly, 1 gets the job done. There's like no Garbodor in Expanded, so I don't really need to worry about that. But what I really want to get rid of is like Burbank Cities when I don't have Skyfields, or fighting Fury Bells every now and then, or even Choice Bands, so that way I can ruin numbers. Because a lot of Choice Band counts are really low in Expanded, so if you can like get rid of 2, it makes it really hard for them to get it back.
Yeah.
1 Comp Search, best ace spec for this deck because this deck's all about finding its pieces to get a combo off to try and do 210 damage, or try to get the last card they need to get the advantage going in their favor. So that's what this card's good for.
Nice.
It's also you can play Dowsing Machine if you don't have this card. It will essentially do the same thing, because with Zoroark you run anything you run like multiple copies of.
You can bring it back.
You can bring it back, but this can get energy, which is a big deal. That's why this is probably the best one to use. 2 Battle Compressor, best first turn play. Like if I don't see any other card except for this and the VS Seeker, I have my whole deck's on fire. This card's really good. The big reason why I like this deck over other Zoroark versions is because it plays this card. All the other ones don't really play this card because they have to play Zoroark and Golisopod and Tapu Koko and like all these other Pokemon that don't have room for this. Really good. Also lets you like thin your deck out like late game for all your outs if you have like a lot of things that you don't need, like Rangers or Karens for that matchup. Really good. Only 2 choice band. Honestly, it's actually a good number, believe it or not. There's actually a lot more things in expanded that are only 180, and you can hit 180 without these, so that's really nice. Gets your damage there. Let you hit 210. Self-explanatory. 2 Float Stone. Sometimes you have like awkward turns where you don't want to attack with the active Zoroark and you can't ace or roll it and it's damaged, so this really helps you just to retreat it and bring up a fresh one. Or when your Muck is just sitting there and they try to lock you, you can get it.
You can
just
get
really
it out.
nice. Yeah. Lets you like be more versatile on your board rather than just your hand. 4 VS Seeker. This makes your discard pile amazing. Like any supporter that I run one of, I actually run 4 of it or 5 of it if I'm really broke in that game. It's really nice. I also play Puzzle of Time, so I can have like anywhere from 5 to 9 copies of a certain supporter. So if my Hex loops is what's winning me the game, I'll get them every time. 4 Ultra Ball. You want to search for your Pokemon. I thought about playing like 3 Ultra Ball and like 1 Communication because it's really good to like conserve certain Pokemon and get more outs to a turn 1 Bridget without needing this card. But I played 2 Shaman while those decks only play 1, so I like having the ability to go, okay, I'm going to discard my hand down to 0 before I trade and get 6 with Shaman. That's why I played 4 instead of the 3-1 or like the 4-1. But Pokemon Communication is worth the slot. If you want to test it, go right ahead. I think it's really good.
Cool.
And the last card is the most broken one I have, is Puzzle of Time. The last item card, I should say. This card just lets every card in your deck come back to you. So if your opponent's really annoyed by this certain play you're doing, you can do it like 4 more times if they're really bad. You only ever want to see 3 puzzles in a game. So if you ever just started like a hand with like the 1 puzzle and you bridge it with no supporter, go ahead and play the 1 if you know the 3 are in your deck, because you can just like fish it back out. You can do like funny plays where this is like in your discard. You see the 2 late game, and then you get this, and then the 1 card you need for the combo, and then you can still have 2 in your deck after playing the 2. So like, yeah, people always are like afraid to play puzzles early. I play puzzles early like no one's business because I just want to be able to get my setup going. And once you do that, you're kind of never going to lose.
Nice.
It's really good. And the last card we won in the deck is just 4 DCE. It lets you attack with literally any Pokemon in the deck except for eggs and Sudowoodo and Muck. But if you have to attack with those to win a game, then you're losing that game, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's the deck. I went X1-1 in Swiss, only losing to Dead Hands against Gardevoir. Cool. And then I went undefeated in top 8 without losing a game.
Nice. So yeah, guys, that was the deck profile right there. Alright guys, so that was the deck list right there. So out of the whole day, what was one of your toughest matches?
Oh, I played against, there was 2. I played against a Seismitoad Zoroark deck, which was like, it's kind of like mine, but he plays like only Zoroarks and only Seismitoads, and he plays like Burbank City Gym and Himachal Laser, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good. My Ranger came in really clutch. He didn't know, so I was able to Ranger and then knock out his Toad in 1 turn, and he didn't have another Toad back up, and he's like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, I was able to steal that game. That was pretty tough, actually, as I didn't see that coming. And then I had a really tough top 8 match against top 4 match against Night March. It was really grindy, but once you get that like Toad Karen or like Toad Karen Muck going, like they can't Marsh Shadow, they can't really do anything against that. So it took me a while to set up against him in that game, and he was doing really well to like work around my Muck or my Toad, but I was able to come back from that, which is really tough though.
Cool, perfect. And is this one of your first events that you've won, or have you won other events before?
No, I've top 32 and top 16 some regionals. I won like 2 cups last season, and like I've top 8 in one some cities a while back too.
Nice.
I've been playing this game for about 4 years now. I'm not like big in like winning lots of regionals, but I was only 10 points short of my invite last season. This season I'm going a bit harder for it.
Cool, perfect.
This is my first League Cup win of this season.
Nice. What format do you feel more confident in? Is it standard or expanded?
Well, I feel more confident in standard, but apparently I win a lot more in expanded, so I guess I'd say expanded. But I really like standard right now. I think it's really fun to build and play really good decks in that one. But in expanded, I just understand the format so well because I've had it for like 2 years now. So I feel comfortable in expanded more so than other people I know because they're like, oh my gosh, there's so many decks. I'm like, yeah, but those decks are bad. Just play this one. It's fine.
Play this one deck. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's standard. It's just like, oh my gosh. Like I find standard more fun and really cool, and I think I understand standard enough to do well in it. But sometimes just stuff goes wrong. So I'd say expanded. Yeah.
Cool, perfect. And is this the last League Cup that you're gonna play this season, or are we gonna see you at another League Cup?
Let's see. I have a top 4 and a victory now, so I'll probably do like 2 more. See if I can top 2 or win those. If not, I'm going to a one in Riverside this weekend, so that'll be really nice. And then maybe the last 2 in February, probably before Costa Mesa. Yeah.
Cool. And then Riverside's expanded, so
yeah.
Will you be playing the same thing, or are you gonna switch it up?
I might change a card or 2. Like I really want to put in that second execute. See if I can get the room for that. If not, I feel really confident with this deck, and I definitely would take it to another League Cup for sure.
Nice. And we also have Dallas at the end of the month. Is that something that you're planning to go to, or no?
No, I won't be able to make it to Dallas, sadly. I have school and commitments and stuff. I will be going to Costa Mesa and Oregon and probably St. Louis.
Nice.
Sure.
Perfect. All right, cool. Thank you so much for the interview. It was a pleasure to have you on the channel.
Thank you so much.
We wish nothing but the best for you on your next and upcoming League Cups. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to share the video if anybody wants to know what got first place at San Diego League Cup this weekend. With that said, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.
See ya.